Hey, welcome to the channel. I'm Billy, and today I'm going to be looking at two razors, comparing them. I'm going to just start off by showing you what they look like. I'm going to start off by showing you the bottom side of the head for both. Can you tell which one is which? So this is the silver one is a Henson AL13 Mild version 1. I'm just trying to show you the differences between them. So this is the bottom plate. They're very similar, but you can see that on the new one, which is tan, all the edges are a little softer. The head's got a bit of an indent and rounded off corner or tapered corner. The lather channels are different. There's one big channel here, whereas there's two half-length channels there. I mean, otherwise they're very similar. I mean, they're basically the same thickness. Here's the top caps. Basically the same, except for the shape along the top and bottom there. The handles, I really can't tell them apart. The version 2 handle's supposed to be a little bit bigger, and I don't know what you call it, the grippy parts supposed to be a little bit more pronounced. Maybe I can feel it. I'm not sure. Tell you, the tan one does feel a slightly heavier, but I have trouble distinguishing between the two if I have my eyes closed. So I want to compare these two, and to do that, I figured I need to feel what I'm doing, or I need to feel the difference. So I'm going to use my least favorite blade, the Gentleman, who I've determined is actually probably not a gentleman at all. And these are fresh blades, and I'm going to set up both of these razors. I'll just do this off camera and kind of discuss the idea or what I'm planning here. So both fresh blades, both loaded the same way, because the blades usually have, well, I'll show you here. They're both loaded, so they show the 3 and 4, if you can see that, on the theory that might, if there's any differences on the production line, I should, which side is sharper or better polished. I figure I should show, but both blades should be loaded so exactly the same way. You put the bottom plates on both. All right, so the old one, or I guess version 1 or old or whatever you want to call it, and version 2 or the new. Okay. Now, I have not taken a shower this morning because I'm going to be doing some yard work and I'm going to get all sweaty. So why bother taking 2 showers? But I have prepped my face already, and I'm going to be using this Redken Brews latherless brushless cream, which I think does a pretty decent job of it's plenty slick, right? And I think it does a pretty good job of softening beard hairs. I left this on, I've already put this on once earlier and then washed it off, but it was on for like 5 minutes. So I'm hoping that did some work. But with a thin latherless cream like this, I'm hoping I'll feel the differences between the two razors more. So that's the theory anyway. Pretty sure I'll feel these blades. Let me get a rig bowl. I neglected to do that earlier. So how you doing? This is Saturday morning. I don't know if I'm going to post this today. Depends on whether I finish up. You know what? I've been over editing my cottage trip footage. I'm just going to leave those videos longer and not try to edit them down too much. I want to show the actual kind of more of the experience. So those videos are definitely going to be longer. All right. Now, here are the razors ready to go. I'm ready to go. I have another thing I want to try too. I don't know if it's wise. Nope, can't do it. All right, so this side will be new. You know what? The Henson has tamed that blade. It really has. This is one day of beard growth for me. You know what? I don't feel a difference between the razors. I really don't. I feel like that needed a little more moisture. I don't feel the difference between the razors, and actually these blades don't bother me much. This was not my favorite blade at all in another razor. So the one thing I can feel different between these two razors is the sharper edges on this one, right? For sure, that's the only, I definitely feel that. But as far as the shave goes, man, they feel identical. So it's really going to come down to, do I detect a difference in how they actually shaved? You know what? They are both extremely mild and smooth. Yeah, so the real question is going to come down to efficiency. Is there a difference? Okay, right there, there's a tiny bit more blade feel. But it's tiny. It's really, really not much of a difference at all. So right here, for some reason, it could have been my imagination, though. No, you know what? Everywhere else, I feel the old one a bit more because I can't keep it on an angle perfectly 100% of the time, and I actually feel the sharper edge here on the head. But the blade, in blade feel, the only place where I felt a difference between these two was up here. Everywhere else, and that could have been my imagination. Everywhere else felt identical. That's interesting. And on first pass, I don't know. I don't know if I can feel any difference between the results at all from the first pass. You know what? The old side is very slightly, it's very slightly behind the new one. in terms of, you know, what it actually cut off, but it's slight. This is interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be able to feel too much difference. Where I might really be able to tell is on my neck when I go against the grain. I don't know. This is one of those things where, well, I've been accused of not being sensitive enough, which is odd because I have somewhat sensitive skin, but I've been, anyway, I don't need to burden you with my issues. I think I'm plenty sensitive. Anyway. Look, I don't feel the blade. I really don't feel the blade. Even with the new one, I don't really feel it here. I'm not sure why I felt it up, you know, on my mustache area, but I'm not feeling the blade here at all. So maybe my whole experiment design is just completely flawed. Okay, so right now, I'm intentionally not going for zero pressure here. So I'm shaving more like in my old style where I'm pressing in a little bit more than I should be, just to see if I can feel a difference between these two. And I cannot feel a difference in blade feel. The only difference I feel is in the sharper corners on the old razor, which is not uncomfortable, but you know, I can feel it. And if there's a difference in the results, it's really hard to tell. And I don't know. The biggest thing I'm learning from this is that the Henson razors have tamed that blade, which was always sharp enough, but never smooth enough for me in another razor. But they feel fine here. So maybe maybe the double fisted shave becomes feasible on a daily basis. Shaving half the time. So, J Mac, you said this could go either really well or really poorly. I'm saying that for the double fisted portion, or the double fisted aspect is actually going pretty well. But watch that. Watch me have to eat my words here in a second. We'll see. If anything, the new one feels overall smoother to me because of the slightly rounded corners and the slightly rounded edges and the tapered corners. The only place I felt any difference in blade feel was here. And that, I'm still not convinced that was a real thing. I mean, the results look the same to me. They kind of feel the same to me. I mean, maybe somebody with way more sensitive skin can tell more of a difference, but apparently I can't. I'll tell you one thing though, for a brushless, latherless cream, this stuff is great. But I think it's discontinued, unfortunately. I tried, I bought one bottle or one tube and I liked it. So I tried to find more of it, and then I found out that Redken doesn't even carry it anymore. It's got a lot of residual slickness. Okay, so my judgment is that these things basically feel identical in shaving, except for the sharper edges and corners on the old version, which makes it slightly less comfortable than this one. And if there is a difference in blade feel at all, that's completely masked by the difference in the rest of the head geometry. Like I can definitely tell which one's new and which one's old just because of the head finishing. That's it. In terms of the results, okay, yes. I feel it there. At the end of the shave, I feel like this one was very slightly less efficient. Like I had to do slightly more work to get it to the same state on my face. Okay, so let's see if there's a difference in how they feel with this. No, nothing there. No. Not enough of, I don't feel a difference, or at least not enough of a difference for me to distinguish. So my final judgment on the old Henson Mild versus the new Henson Mild. If you already have the old one and you like it and it's doing well for you, don't bother going for the new one. It's not going to be enough of a difference for you to be able to, I don't think you'll be able to justify the expense. Really. Just keep using this one, or sell it off and buy the new one if you've got to have the newest one, right? Or maybe see if you can find a medium at a good price, right? Because I do feel like the new one was very slightly more efficient, but it's very slight. Like, I feel like the difference between these two is maybe around the equivalent of, like, I'm going to call it like half of a pass, essentially. Not even a full pass. Okay, so that's the video. Well, I guess I should win. But yeah, I'm actually, that was actually a really good shave on both sides. I'm pleased with both razors, and I'm especially impressed that they made this blade that was sharp but didn't feel smooth to me in other razors. It felt smooth in both of those. There's something there with that Henson design and the precision, the hot, what do you call it? The manufacturing and extremely tight tolerances that they claim. There's something to that. There really is. I probably don't even need a balm. I might just moisturize later because, well, I need to moisturize. But yeah, end of video. If you watch this all the way through, I don't care if you watch it all the way through. I only care that you watch it and you got something out of it. So anyway, but if you did get something out of it, please hit the like button. Please share it with someone. And if you aren't already subscribed, please subscribe. And here are the 5 rules of shaving as given to us by the Lords of Shaving. 1 blade, no pressure, quality lather. I might have to change that one. Well, I can't change it, but I will take it to the Lords of Shaving and let them consider it. So 1 blade, no pressure, quality something, deft hand, be smart. This is the way. Thanks. Bye.